won't deal with it.
At the right time, that.
They might get beat up like in Indiana Jones. So you want to be in the conning tower and they put one in that boat. Like a battle.
We're standing the whole time or what?
So we leave here, then we're going down to the tram. And that takes us off the Catastrophe Canyon.
For those of you in the first row, please notice that the ground is wet. If you wish to remain dry, just simply take a step back to the handrail behind you. This will also give you a better view of the overhead monitors. But if you wish to change your position, please feel free to do so by going around either end of the handrail. But please do not climb, crawl, over, under, or through. MGM Studios, we have our very own water-filled dump tanks and mechanical marvel, this pilot house, which is a full-size recreation of the pilot house you find on an actual tugboat. It also serves a mock-up to our miniature tugboat here, the Misfortune. And speaking of misfortunes, let's meet our two brave volunteers. How is your name?
No.
Nice to meet you, Noah. And you are?
Pam.
Well, Pam, it's been nice knowing you.
Oh.
If you can follow Maxine, step inside and spin the wheel of misfortune.
Put Noah in the submarine.
As soon as our skipper's all set, Noah and I here will create a storm sequence using heavy-duty mechanical effects. But before we do that, let's check on our brave skipper. Ahoy, skipper. How you doing in there? Well, you'd be doing a whole lot better if you go ahead and pull that hood up.
Oh. At least he's got the raincoat today.
And those strings on the side, you're going to want to pull really tight. Trust me on this one. Our scene begins as Maxine rocks the pilot house to simulate movement on the high seas. To make it a little more believable, I'll add some rain. And in a moment, I'll also add wind, but I'll need each and every one of you to cue the action. When I count to 3, I need everyone to loudly yell, "Dump it." No, that's your cue to push over this silver bar. Is everyone ready? 1, 2, 3. And cut. That was great. Now let's take the scene we just shot and edit it together with footage of our miniature tugboat filmed in a tank similar to this, using the same rain and wind effects. Now let's see how miniatures, mechanical effects, and two highly trained professionals come together to create a classic high seas adventure. Well, considering that Noah just dumped over 400 gallons of water in our skipper's head, I'd say she weathered that storm quite well. Let's give them both a big hand. Now, what else can we do in a tank like this? Well, recreating a full-scale naval battle at sea could really sink a film's budget. That's why we use miniatures like the ones you see here in our tank. But how do we film those miniatures cutting through the ocean? Keep your eyes on your monitors and I'll show you how it's done. If we keep the water surface flat, then our ship looks fake. So we add waves. But if those waves are too large, then our boat just looks like a toy bobbing in the bathtub. To correct this problem, we use large fans to create very small, fast-moving waves. Then we slow everything down to give the scene the proper scale. Now finally, by adding smoke, sound effects, and dramatic music, our battle sequence is almost complete. Yes, I do say almost complete because we need to add a few more things like the explosions created by our powerful underwater air cannons. We also need a very brave and talented actor provided by Noah and a highly trained special effects expert who has just recently retired from acting. Well, Noah, now it's your turn. You'll be playing the role of Captain Duck, commander of the SS Totally Sinkable in our action-packed adventure, All Hands on Deck. Are you ready, Captain? Your scene begins as you're on patrol in the deepest, darkest regions of our special effects motor tank. Way off in the distance, you spot a battleship and send a torpedo directly through the bow section. Fire one, Captain. Great shot. Unfortunately, that was one of ours. Uh-oh, push in now. Enemy planes are coming in at 10 o'clock. Go, Captain, go. Captain, but I'm sure glad that's over with. Well, congratulations, Captain. It looks like you survived the enemy air attack, but You've yet to survive the revenge of our skipper.
Uh-oh.
Look off in the distance. Enemy torpedoes are surrounding you from every direction. Fire torpedoes. They're coming closer and closer. Captain, you're a dead duck. Great shot, skipper. Now let's take a look at Captain Duck's explosive performance in super slow motion. Well, you two are terrific, and I can honestly say it's been a blast working with both of you. Let's give our volunteers another thunderous round of applause.
Let's go, Captain. There we go. Okay, Captain. Did real good. Oh no, he got to. There's our tramp.
They kind of just dump you out of there and say, okay, bye.
Yeah, bye-bye. Give us back the raincoat. Take on up River Rapids.
Oh,
Studios out in Burbank, California. And we either got timed out or we're all clear. Play a game. What better way to begin the tour than the symbol and landmark of the Disney MGM Studios? High in the sky towards the front of the tram up here is our award-winning Fearful Tower. This tower stands 13 stories tall and is capped off with a bright blue pair of Mickey Mouse ears. Each one of those ears weighs 2.5 tons.
Yeah.
Down onto the soundstage floor. Coming up on your right-hand side is a very strange-looking vehicle. This is from the last summer Disney hit Armageddon, starring Bruce Willis, Liv Tyler, Ben Affleck, Steve Buscemi. That's called the Armadillo. That's the portable drilling rig that the astronauts used in the movie. That's a real working vehicle. It's built on a Humvee chassis. It's powered by a Chevrolet V8 engine. It has four-wheel drive, 12-wheel independent suspension, and believe it or not, it's got a top speed of about 45 miles an hour. Not too bad for a movie product. The beige one-story buildings that are surrounding us, these are called production bungalows. This is office space that we provide for television and film crews while they're here. Oftentimes, this is where you'll find writers, producers, and directors going over last-minute details before a day's filming begins. Here, you're going to see some very unusual houses. Take a close look through the first house coming up on your right. And yes, I did say look through it. Look through the windows, look through the side. You can see the houses have no insides or backs to them. They're all empty shells used for exterior filming only. Now, we have 8 of these houses here, and each house represents a different style of American architecture. This second house coming up on your right, number 242, was used in the movie Ernest Saves Christmas, starring Jim Varney. That was Bird's house in the film. That, by the way, was the very first movie shot here at our studios back in 1988. It was about that time that Vern moved down, and you know what? He left his sprinklers running. Yeah. I warned y'all you were going to get wet. When production crews go on locations in cities and neighborhoods, oftentimes they run into problems they have very little control over, things like traffic, crowds, and noise. So that's why they prefer to film here on the backlot. Some more houses you might recognize. This beige Hawaiian-style house on your left with the ferns in front for 7 seasons was the home to the Emmy Award-winning Golden Girls, Dorothy, Rose, Blanche, and Sophia. The outside of what's going on? Scene 1. I thought they were still setting up in here. No, what scene? We got one scene 1. I apologize for this. It's, well, looks like really... Winds of up to 100 miles an hour. Now, the part of the street down there, you can see our New York City skyline. That's an optical illusion that we call forced perspective. Those buildings down there are actually just painted glass. The archway right there makes a great photo spot. If you like to get a family photo or something right there, just go stand up there in the archway, point your camera down and get a nice shot.